Is there ever been a time when you don't know what to do for lead gen? Or there's a time where you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to go do lead gen. So I like to I like to capture and do what is called not your mom's lead gen. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about what is something that you are innately good at. Like what is it that like you don't have to try? It's just who you are and you do it and you do it well in life, not in lead gen. And then we're going to translate that to lead gen. Now, don't get me wrong, lead gen is work. There is going to be a part of it that you're like, this sucks. And it does. You're going to embrace the suck and you're going to move forward and do lead gen the way you like it. So, my name is Robin Mann. I'm out of Charlotte, North Carolina, real estate coach as well as mentor. I'm an EXP icon. Get ready to hit my fourth time. I've been here 3.5 years. Get ready to hit my fourth time. And I have sold a home a week, every week since 2016. And I have done that in moving to a community where I knew no one and I had to figure out how to succeed. So that's what I want to offer to you today is to look at your life, figure out what you love, and then how do we turn that into a successful real estate business for yourself. So first thing we're going to talk about is what is innately you. So I'm going to give you an example. If I look back over my life, there is not a time when I was not into connecting with people and sales. Like I distinctly remember, and I even have the cup still. It's a gummy bear cup. It's actually a gummy worm cup. It's a cup that has gummy worms dancing all around it with top hats. I won that cup because I sold the most cups of gummy worms. This is elementary school. So then I advanced on and I sold the boxes of chocolate and the wrapping paper where you had to go door to door, knock on the door, give your spiel. And then when you met your goals, you got the item that you got to pick an item out of the magazine. I remember this. It was a primary color jukebox radio. I don't even think it had a cassette or a CD player or anything. It's just a good old radio, but I wanted it and I worked hard for that thing. So I can go all the way back to elementary school and go, you know what? I'm good at sales. I'm good at this. I can do this. I like connecting with people. I like offering something to them and I like giving them something in return. So that went all the way through high school, went through college. I worked at Dial America in high school where I had to get people to just preview the books. If they previewed the books, they got the free gift. I nailed it. I was great at it. Okay. Then I went into art, like art's a thing of mine. And so that didn't really relate to lead gen or to my life, except for I did have to sell my paintings. And I was okay at that. I wasn't as good at that because that was a more personal thing. I like selling something a little bit more less tangible potentially. So because I worked at this place in college and right out of college, and it was a sales position and I hated it. I despised it. It was sitting at a desk from 9 to 5, doing the cold calls. It was horrible. The people were mean. The people in my office were backstabbers. Everything about it I despised. So I quit. I went into youth ministry for 13 years. So this all relates back. So let's go back to where this relates to real estate. The reason I got into real estate is I was working at a blood center. I had to convert people from whole blood donations to platelets. And what that means is you go from like a 20-minute donation time to a 2-hour donation time, and you had to the platelets, they take your blood out, they put it through a machine, they put it back in. That's a hard sell. My job was to set 5 appointments a week. My first week I was setting 5 appointments a day. And so my husband and I, we looked at each other and we're like, you know what, Robin, you're good at this. So I took out a credit card, got my license, and paid for all my things the first year. I did 9 deals my first year. Now, what I learned in reflecting upon how was I doing 5 appointments a day when other people were not even getting 5 a week? I was listening for clues and I was connecting with people. In every form of lead gen that you do, you can connect with people, right? You can figure out what clues are they giving you. So my innate gift is that I can connect with people. We got to find your innate gift and then utilize that in a way that works for you in lead gen. If you're good at cold calls, do it. If you're good at door knocking, do it. If you're good at social media, do it. If you're good at being a mayor of a community, go do it. We're going to talk about all those things. And actually, I'm going to do a series here where we talk about being a community, not your mom's lead gen, for social media, for door knocking, and as a community leader. This one's kind of a generalization of not your mom's lead gen, because I want you to think about lead gen in a different way. How can you connect with people in an authentic way that is authentic to you? If you hate cold calling, don't do it. If you think lead gen sucks, you're doing it wrong. Okay. So what is innately you? What do you not need to discover about yourself? What do you not need to discover about yourself? What do you just know? You know you're good at data entry. You know you're good at technology. All right, how do we use that? Because that passion, that interest that you have in that, in every way can translate to lead gen. So how do we make that your lead gen? This is what I did. I started noticing that I'm very much a detective. I like to look for clues. Okay, so again, connecting with people is what I'm innately good at. There's no effort in it. I can literally walk into a room and I can probably work the entire room. If there's a room of 100 people, maybe 4 of them I could not connect with for some reason, and that's okay. So what are you good at? Now, here's my first example of how I got my first listing. My very first listing was from my neighbor next door. We had never met. We had lived here about 4 years, 3 years, and never met because they were quiet people. And we would wave at the mailbox, and we'd wave the garbage can, and that was it. So one day, the day after, literally, swear to goodness, the day after I got my real estate license, I saw him pulling carpet out of the house. My real estate brain went on and it said, okay, either he's renovating or he's getting ready to sell. Let me ask. So I did. Walked over, hey, are you renovating or are you getting ready to sell? He goes, oh, we're getting ready to sell. I was like, oh, I just became a realtor. Woo! And he's like, oh, well, do you want to come in and see the house? I was like, yeah, you know I do. So I went in right then and there. He said, bring me the papers. Let's do it. I went right then and there. I got the papers, called my mentor freaking out, went and got the papers, brought them over to him. We signed everything. The next day, the woman who we had bought our home from, she was a realtor. She had become a realtor. She calls him and she says, hey, so we're going to list your house. He's like, oh, I just signed with the girl next door. The girl next door. So I look for clues. Okay. In every opportunity of doing lead gen, the keys are, and my word is the word S.E.R.V.E. Okay. So I use the acronym S.E.R.V.E. You can write it down, S.E.R.V.E. So S is you're going to see them. Okay. Whoever you're engaging with, don't look past them. Don't have commission breath. Don't be looking at real estate vomit. See them. Okay. See what they're going through. See what is their pain. What is their joy? What is the purpose for you being there in their life that they have a real estate need? Don't just be doing a script. I don't do scripts. I'm very authentic, as you can tell. I don't have a PowerPoint. I don't have handouts. I have things that work and I can tell you about them. I can teach you how to do them. So serve, see them. Okay. See them as a person. See them as someone that you want in your life and that you want to help. All right. Next thing you're going to do is engage. You're going to engage with them. Meaning, engage does not mean you just take, right? It does not mean you just give. It means that you have some interaction. All right. So you're going to engage with them. This is true in cold calling, door knocking, social media, emails, direct flyers, all of the things. If you're doing any form of lead gen, in-person meetings, S.E.R.V.E. will go to it. So the C, you're going to then engage with them, have a conversation. Does not have to be about real estate. Okay. Does not have to be about real estate. It can be about the neighborhood. It can be about the area. It can be about what you just found out about, the pain. I see lead gen. This is the not your mom's lead gen part of lead gen in my brain. Lead gen is every connection that you have on a daily basis. The person at the grocery store, the person on the phone, the person that you run into on social media, that you comment on, the door that you knock on, the dentist that you go to. Every opportunity you have to be engaging with a person is lead gen. Now, to me, that's not your mom's lead gen. Your mom's lead gen was let's dollar for dollars, right? Okay, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. You can do that if that works for you. I'm not doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to engage with people. I'm going to find out the joys and celebrations in their life, and I'm going to look for a clue that can lead to real estate. So if their daughter just had a baby, well, maybe they want to get, does your daughter live in town? Okay. Everything can lead to real estate. Got to get the clues. So engage with them. You're going to respect them. If you're engaging with people, if you're at the grocery store and you know this people is not your people, you have no respect for them. You're like, if you're having a fight, maybe that's not your client. Okay. You got to respect them. They got to respect you. So in anyone that you're interacting with, have a level of respect. They're a human being on this earth that needs some love, that needs some compassion, that needs someone to listen to, and that will need some help. Whether it's help because something bad is happening or help that something good is happening, it all can relate back to real estate. So you're going to respect them. You're going to offer value. The V in S.E.R.V.E is value. So you're going to offer value to them. Again, let's say that the daughter had a baby. You could say, ooh, have you thought about buying a home down there? I have a great realtor friend in Panama City. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't necessarily have a friend in Panama City, but I'll go find one because I have my EXP people, right? So connect with them, offer value. Do they know how much their home is worth? Do they know the equity in their home? Now, on the whole different way, that's the same exact way, in terms of value, you could just be present in a Facebook group and be offering them value like, what's the best restaurant in town? Which dentist is really anxiety friendly? Who has the best hairstylist? Who does the best blonde? Right? You can be of value, not about real estate. And what that's going to do is that's going to put you in people's brains. And that's what you want. Okay. When I began my business, I'm going to finish this and then we're going to come back to value. Okay. So V is value, and then E is energy. If you are with a person and you are just depleted when you leave, like not in a good way, it wasn't like you left it all on the field. It was a great game. It's more of a, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to die. Okay, then that's not the person you want to serve. Okay, that's not the person you want to be in a relationship with or in business with. If it's the energy is positive and you were like, wow, I'm so excited. Like when the phone rings and you're like, you want to answer it, you want to respond to their text. Okay, that's who you engage with. The other ones, refer them out or just don't do business with them. It's okay to say no. No means next opportunity, right? All right, so this is how I figured out my lead gen technique. Like I was saying, I found my guy next door. That's how I got my first listing. Then I was like, all right, I got to do this. I don't know anyone. We had moved here. We knew no one, literally no one. And I was determined to win at lead gen. So I decided to try 3 things: door knocking, Facebook, and open houses. And I worked a full-time job for the first 9 months. First 9 months, I worked from 8 to 5, and I did real estate from 7 to 8, from noon to 1, and then from 5 to midnight, and weekends was real estate. My poor family didn't see me, but I was determined to make real estate work. I did 9 deals on my first 9 months, working that full-time job alongside. And then I leapt full-time into real estate. So that first 9 months, all I did, open houses every weekend, door knocking every weekend and in the evenings, and then social media all the time. All right, let's dive into the social media. Diving into the social media. I am not talking about, and I could just scream and cry every time I see, here's my new listing, here's my open house, here's the home I sold. And that is all you put out there in the world about real estate or about you as a person. If I go to your Facebook page or your Instagram page and all it is that, I will dare to say that you're not doing social media well. Social media is just about the exact things I just said. It's about S.E.R.V.E. It's about seeing people and engaging with them and respecting them and being of value to them and providing energy to them. So I would encourage you, we're going to talk about this in another session. We're going to go deep into Facebook and how to utilize it for lead gen. But this is a different vision, especially this part of the not your mom's lead gen. Just go be of value. So my first 9 months When I did that, my job was to go be of value in the community. I became the quote unquote mayor of all the Facebook groups. Every neighborhood that I open housed, I knocked, and it was not, hey, we're going to do a door knocking session as well. It was not, hey, here's the open house. It was, oh my gosh, I love that wreath on your door. Oh, your baby is precious. What kind of dog is that? Ooh, you look good in blue. It was that. It was connecting with people, right? And it was follow-up. We're going to talk a lot about follow-up. So Facebook, go be the mayor in those groups. Meaning, if anybody, like, find a community group that's active and engaged. There's a lot of posts in it. There's a lot of people doing engagement. They're posting and questions are getting answered. It's not just spam, 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 spam. Go in there and own the page. If people ask questions, you answer. Not about real estate, about the neighborhood, about the festivals that are coming to town, about the best pumpkin patch, about the best Easter egg hunt. Because this is evergreen content that'll go on forever, right? And be a resource. You're like, well, I don't know, Robin, I don't know all that information. Okay. You have Google. You can look at Eventbrite. You can look at what your friends are saying, and you can share that information. Go be the mayor on these pages. That's what I did those first 9 months. So I knew I was good at connecting with people. So I did the open houses, the door knocking, and the Facebook for the first 9 months. And then what I was taught is, this is a beautiful thing. If you don't do this, you should do it. Track where your deals come from. Every deal, I have a board up here, and my board says this home, like it says the address, and then it says I got it from Facebook. It says the address, I got it from an open house. It says the address, I got it from door knocking. So at the end of the year, I look back and I go, 60% of my business came from Facebook, and 30 came from door knocking, and 10 came from open houses. So the next year, what do I need to focus on? Well, obviously not open houses. All right, I'm going to go in on door knocking and Facebook. So that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. Did 26 deals that next year. Then I got a transaction coordinator. We can talk about that too. And I looked again at that year. 85% of my business was coming from one source, social media, because it's about connecting with people, and you can do it at large levels, right? You can do it exponentially. That's the word. So then year 3, all in on Facebook, no paid ads, connecting with people, serving people. The acronym that I just talked about, that I just told you about, is called FOCUS. Follow one course until successful. I started with those 3. I knocked one out. Did these 2, and I was like, you know what? I love door knocking, but where I'm getting the most of my business is Facebook. I got to lean in. I got to go there and lean in, because that is where I'm getting my business. In Facebook groups, and yes, I use my own personal page. We're going to have a whole thing about Facebook where we'll dive deep into that. The idea today, the thing I want you to do the most is write down, what do you love to do on a daily basis? You're like, Robin, well, I love to play tennis. Okay, great. Go join the tennis clubs. If you can't afford the tennis club, go join the rec center. If you can't join somewhere, put out that you want to start a tennis competition, and you organize it, and you meet at a place, and you advertise it on social media, and you advertise it on Eventbrite and Nextdoor. You create your sphere. That is lead gen. That is what you should be doing. You do not have to be sitting at a desk every day making cold calls. If that drives your soul, then rock on, do it. But if you'd rather be outside whitewater rafting, figure out how to do that. Create a group around that, whether it's an in-person group, an online group, but find your passion and make it so that you find your people. I volunteer at a bird rescue in town. I volunteer because I love it. It's fun. I enjoy being with the birds. I enjoy helping something. I've gotten a significant amount of business from that rescue, because I go there and I just talk to the people, and we just help the birds, and we clean up poop, and we wash laundry, and we wash out things, and we love on the animals. And when I'm there, I'm relating with people. I'm engaging with people. And then they find out I'm a realtor. They also find out that they have a heart of a person that they like. And they're like, oh, I want to do business with her. And I am top of mind when they go places. Somebody mentions and they need a realtor, boom, Robin Mann. Boom, Robin Mann. I think we make lead gen very difficult in our brains. We stop ourselves, and we don't need to. Focus on what you do well. Figure out a way to make it about real estate. If you need help with that, call me, email me, text me. We'll figure it out. But you can always make it about real estate. You can always make it about real estate because you are a public figure. You are a realtor. You also have things that you have interest in. So figure out how to naturally combine those. So focus, serve, do what you love, connect with people. This is a numbers game. If you'll put in the numbers meaning being in contact with people on the daily. You can't sit at your desk and just hope people will come to you. You can if you want to pay for leads, but that's a whole nother, I don't pay for leads. It's a whole nother topic. I do authentic, original, relational lead gen that anyone who likes being relational can do. So I'm Robin Mann. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a real estate coach. I'm also a icon. And thanks for listening. I hope this was of help to you. I am going to do a few more, if they invite me back. I'm going to do a Not Your Mom's Lead Gen about Facebook, Not Your Mom's Lead Gen about door knocking, and Not Your Mom's Lead Gen specifically about community building. So stay tuned for those. And I appreciate you listening. Thank you so much.